following presentation of the National Football League. Madden Football is the home of the Super Bowl, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Steelers and the Cowboys. All that and more coming up next.
No single building has played host to more Super Bowls than this one right here. The Caesars Superdome in the Crescent City of New Orleans. This is Super Bowl 59, and we've got an outstanding matchup on tap. The moment is upon us, and we've got what should be an epic one here, as it'll be the Pittsburgh Steelers, the AFC champion, taking on the NFC champions, the Dallas Cowboys. Brandon Gaudin along with Charles Davis, and what a season it's been for our AFC champions. I mean, this was a fight just to get to the... It's the grand finale of the 2024 season on the big stage here in New Orleans. Super Bowl 59 underway. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Time for Dak Prescott and the Dallas offense to go to work. Prescott, of course, the former fourth-round pick in 2016 out of Mississippi State.
As we begin the Super Bowl, we are looking at one of the game's most important players. And whether he's the centerpiece of the offense or taking a backseat to his teammates, offenses always look to the quarterback to be a leader in moments like this. He's got to be that calm, composed pillar out there who stays level-headed and keeps everyone focused on the task at hand.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. As you see, they have dealt with their fair share of injuries this season. But, Charles, that hasn't stopped them from putting together a very solid campaign, a very good record thus far.
I think a lot of credit has to go internally. Look, we always want to praise the head coach for holding the team together. But to me, it's the guys in the locker room putting on the uniform. Those starters who've stayed healthy, they've welcomed the backups into their ranks and showed them how to get it done. And this team, they've stayed afloat all season doing just that. That was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. Here's Austin. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
And no doubt he's living out a dream right now. He's had dating back to his first days of playing football as a kid. But he certainly can't get lost in the moment right now. There's still a Super Bowl to be played, and his offense, they're looking to him to be their leader. You can take it all in when it's over. Right now, you've got the biggest game of your life to win.
Now, during that run, an injury here, we got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Harris going to get it again on second down. Runs through the contact. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Consecutive runs of 6 yards gives him a 1st and 10.
But, partner, if the defense isn't going to adjust and they keep giving them those 5, 6, 7-yard runs over and over, they're likely to run it the whole way to the end zone. They'll be more than happy to take the yardage available and save some of their other plays in the playbook for another time.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd and 3. Fields. He gets it complete to Harris. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. Harris running straight ahead. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Now it looks like we're going to get a stoppage here. An injured Steeler on that last play. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. From the gun, here's Fields. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. No gain on the play. And that'll make it second down. Here's Fields. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Not only did they drop what looked like an interception in the end zone, they blew a golden opportunity to shift the momentum.
Fields now to throw. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Boswell's kick is good, and the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take, punts.
Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away. And this time, they turned it over.
Ball security eluded him. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it's second down.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. Now, definitely be a disappointment to come out of this starting position with just 3 points. They need to try to dial something up now, 3rd and 10. Sliding out of the pocket. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Justin Fields taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Steelers are able to add on to that lead.
He didn't originally want to run, but he didn't see anything in the passing game, so he scrambled. And wouldn't you know it, he scores a touchdown anyway. It's awfully nice to have a quarterback who can make things happen with his legs.
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. He's got it, and now it's a 10-0 lead here in the opening quarter. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it was all capped off by the Justin Fields touchdown run. He took it in himself. So an early 10-0 lead for him now as they kick it away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. Prescott. Open man, the tight end Luke Schoonmaker. So the completion good for 7 there, and it'll be second down.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
And down he goes, but the stiff arm utilized effectively there, and it helps him move the sticks. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
Here's Prescott. He finds his man complete. That's Ferguson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Prescott from the gun. Going right back to Ferguson. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. From the 41, here's 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Now back to the ground with Elliott. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Cowboy 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Now Prescott. He'll get this out wide here to Elliott. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. They run here with Rico Dowdle. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And the Cowboys are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as strong running gets them to the 9-yard line. A much different second drive here, Charles. They go 3 and out the first time. This time they've been able to sustain something downfield.
And that's what often happens. You get the game started. You know, you have to get your footing underneath you. You have to get used to the flow of the game, the speed of the game. And sometimes that first drive is more of a probing drive. It appears they found something here in the second one.
Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Toward the pylon, but it's incomplete.
So many offenses want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
Escape. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Dak Prescott taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Cowboys are on the board here in this Super Bowl.
Hey, you're down on the scoreboard, but now your offense is in close, and this is where, as a quarterback, you say, I've got to make a play here. Doesn't matter whether it's a pinpoint throw or a scramble like this one. He takes matters into his own hands and delivers a touchdown run.
Aubrey good with a PAT, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Illegal block in the back. Return team.
So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Fields. Now a short pass pulled in by Washington. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding.
52 yards rushing for him now in the opening quarter of this Super Bowl. Here's 2nd and 7. They run again with Harris. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. 3rd and 8. Now it's Fields. Throw left side complete. That's Washington. And he will have a Steelers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Fields. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Back to throw. Fields. Got an open man. It's Washington. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Now it looks like we're going to get a stoppage here. An injured Steeler on that last play. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. A couple of first downs have him to the 40 now on 1st and 10. Now a give. Running left is Harris. Dances by him. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done.
Holding offense.
So the big gain, all for naught for the offense. That yellow flag is going to bring it back.
Oh, what a tough look for the offense because they see all that yardage lost and that ball's walked back and then some behind the original line of scrimmage.
And he powers through the first wave, but he's going to be swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down and more.
To throw is Fields. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their 3rd drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
On is the punter, Johnston now, as he sends this one away. Oh, good move. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 34. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And this one's incomplete.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Pass complete to Jalen Tolbert. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45.
That's good for Cowboys. 1st down.
Throwing, Prescott. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
No sense risking anything there on 1st down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who could make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run. We are just getting started here at Super Bowl 59 in New Orleans. 1 quarter in the books. 10-7 our score. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we are back. Biggest game of the year, the Super Bowl, and both teams ready for the start of the 2nd quarter. Welcome back to the date on the calendar we circle every year. Super Bowl Sunday. Brandon Gaud and Charles Davis here with you as we get set to begin quarter 2. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will.
1st and 10.
Now Prescott. A quick throw, but incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
And his throw here is going to be incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And his bid for the first down coming up short as he's tackled at the 25. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
Brandon Aubrey on for the Cowboys field goal. A 42-yard attempt.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will knot us up at 10. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. And for the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
The Steelers ready to take over on offense. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
At the 25-yard line.
Here's Fields. He finds his man, complete. That's Watkins. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the 1st down marker. Able to pick up a dozen yards there on the scramble, but not enough. 4th down.
Well, there were a couple of extra defensive backs in the game, so he really had nowhere to go with the football despite his search for an open receiver. So he has to take off and run for it, but he comes up well short of the line to gain.
On 4th down, out is the punter, Cameron Johnston, to boot it away. We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return, and they will take over 1st and 10. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
Well, that's an excellent way to get the pass rush activated. The first sack of the game for them comes on the first play of the drive, and it makes it very tough for the opponent to pick up a 1st down now, playing behind the sticks.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Up the middle, here's Elliott. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. And while all of that was going on with a sack, it appears, unfortunately, we have an injured player. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 37. A shotgun snap, Fields. Washington's got it. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now third down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Now on fourth down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Taking it about the 16. It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. Finding Tolbert here over the middle. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Inside give to Elliott. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. The offense on third down, they've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 10. Draw play, Elliott. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down.
It's 4th down.
On is the punter, Brian Anger, to kick this one away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What do you get?
To the right side and intercepted. Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Well, this defense, they've been terrific all year, and they come through with a pick 6 here on the game's biggest stage.
Perfect descriptor there, because we have seen this time and time again. This defense, their ability to take the ball away from teams, they definitely have a nose for the football, and it pays off again on that play.
Now the extra point up and good by Aubrey. And that makes it a 17-10 score. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Unable to corral him. He fights through. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. And the Steelers set to take the field. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Now run straight ahead with Warren. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. Give him 8 yards there. Still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be 3rd down at about the length of the football. Play action. It's Fields. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Set to punt. Here's Cameron Johnston. And this will be taken at the 13. 13 yards, the tally on the return there. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7. Throwing now is Lance. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
That looked great when he first took off, because in my mind, there was room to run, and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his 4th down call.
On to punt now, Anger, as he boots this one away. And now out come the Steelers. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
DeMarcus Lawrence, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. On the give, it's Warren. Oh, nice move. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
And the penalty makes this a much more manageable 3rd down, 3rd and 2. Fields. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on for the 5th time here today. Fielded just inside the 30. Well, following the punt return here, there's someone shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes the better punter may actually determine the outcome.
In motion, that's Tolbert. Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
And Lance now to throw. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. From the pistol, here's Elliott. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. Here's 3rd and 10.
It's 3rd and 10.
And Lance going to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 32-yard line. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
That's really good play design right there, and it's one that comes down to the offensive line. It's a deep in route. but it's only going to work if that line gives you time in the pocket to wait for the route to develop. Mission accomplished there as they pick up the first down.
10th carry now for Elliott. A strong running. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. They'll get 6 on the play, and it's going to take us to the 2-minute warning.
At the 26-yard line.
So from the 26-yard line, here's a 2nd down and 4. Here's Lance to throw it. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down inbounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. They'll turn things over to Brandon Aubrey now for the field goal. He hit his first, now this from 43. And his kick is indeed good, and they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense set to regain possession. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, and then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Oh, he's going up top for Wilson, and it's knocked away and incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit him over the top, unsuccessfully.
He finds his man, complete. It's Watkins. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Fields now to throw. Got his man, it's Warren. So he stopped for no gain, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Again, Fields. Caught by Wilson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 34-yard line. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards. Here's Fields. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. Boswell's kick is good, and that will tighten this one up a bit. Now a 1-score game at 20-13. So a late 3 there, and that'll help as they head into the break.
Talk about situational football and something they've worked out since the OTAs and mini camps the previous summer. They take care of the ball, get 3 points, knowing they're going to get the ball to start the second half. That's the old 2-for-1 special to finish things off.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. A final shot before half for Lance. And his throw here's incomplete. So it's halftime here on sports' grandest stage in the Super Bowl. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. What a season this has been. Hard to believe it ends tonight, as we'll get back to you guys for the second half of this Super Bowl in just a moment. It's been a tremendous season from beginning to end. And now we'll play one half of football to decide who raises the Lombardi Trophy. And for the call, let's get it right back to Brandon and Charles.
This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, but we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side can play mistake-free football the rest of the way.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Steeler offense now with the football first here to begin the third quarter. And they trail here in this Super Bowl, but fortunately for them, Charles, very much still within striking range.
Yeah, things didn't go exactly the way they planned in the first half. To me, they appeared to be a little bit tight, made a few errors they normally wouldn't. But, of course, this is the Super Bowl, so things get a little bit heightened in that regard. But I think they have to feel a little fortunate. They're only down what they are here starting the third quarter.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. They'll run again with Harris. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. Looking to throw. Fields. That's caught downfield by Pickens. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 29 yards. First down.
Well, certainly as a fan, you get a little bit nervous when you see him make those kind of throws. But they work on that in practice more than we know. And most of them now know their limits and know what they can get away with. And there's a completion right there.
Now a first down carry for Harris. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Again, it's Harris on 2nd down. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7 left.
Well, you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped, but I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? Now it's Fields. Now it looks like we're going to get a stoppage here. An injured Steeler on that last play. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 27. On the give, this is Harris. Oh, look at the juke. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out.
Holding offense.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Samson Abuka. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. At that time, finally a measure of revenge as they get him down behind the line.
It almost felt like relief, didn't it? Because with the success he's had throughout this game, you'd almost expect him to get free and pick up 10 to 15 every time he takes off. Not in that case. That has to feel good for the defense.
Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Now Fields. Catch made right side by Wilson. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. A long way to go here on third down for the 8th play of the drive. Back to throw. Fields. Got a man here. It's Wilson. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
They'll try the right side with Harris. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. It's rare that a man his size can't at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about Tiny? You're talking about the little guy back there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding on for everyone else to help him out.
Here comes third and the length of the football. To throw is Fields. Rolling to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And now after that sack, we'll pause here a moment because someone was shaken up on that play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Now Chris Boswell for the Steelers field goal try. From the left hash, just a 32-yard attempt. Boswell's kick is good, and that'll bring him back within 4. So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. He'll hand it off to Elliott to begin the drive. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 54 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
A good run there off right tackle. In an old school NFL football, the right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. To throw is Prescott. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 32-yard line. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Prescott to throw it. A short one there taken in by Ferguson. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Someone moved, flag is out. That's going to be 5 yards.
And that'll drive coaches crazy. You work all week on dealing with loud crowds, on dealing with motion, and then you have a guy jump.
A false start penalty, and now they're back to needing 10 yards on 2nd down. Now Prescott. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
I know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll fake a block first and get a little bit of space and then come across the middle because in their mind, they're thinking catch the ball and then drop the hammer on the little guys in the secondary.
Unable to drop the hammer, he just dropped the pass. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Alex Highsmith gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Here's Brian Anger now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow, out of bounds at the 1-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break.
Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety.
Offense.
Well, obviously, that is declined, and the result is a safety.
And what a momentum play that is, right? You never want to see a safety wiped out. You get the points, and you're going to get the ball back.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Dallas offense back out onto the field. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. Throwing, Prescott. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
It'll be a net of 40 yards there following a 43-yard punt, 3-yard return, and the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Wilson. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring him 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Here's Wilson to throw. He finds Pickens over the middle. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. And that'll bring up 4th down on the big sack with a loss of 5. Here's Cameron Johnston now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag, punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Here's Prescott. Now that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
And when you're in a one-score game in the second half, now's not the time to force the football to places where you shouldn't. And that's a smart decision to just get that one out of there.
Prescott. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
Here's Prescott. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
It's second down and 10.
And again, it's Prescott. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Alex Highsmith, his second sack of the night.
How about that, partner? His second sack of the game, and that puts him in some pretty good company. 17 guys have had 2 sacks in the previous 52 Super Bowls, but only 3 have had the record number of 3 sacks in this game.
And we've got the list here. If he gets another one and everyone behaves nicely, we might just list those out for him. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Prescott now. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Dallas. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. Pushes past him. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 71 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
First down, and they go back to Harris. And he gets it down to the 32. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches.
Play action. Now Wilson. To the right side and complete to Washington. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A gain there of 21 yards.
2nd and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a 1st down.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Harris running straight ahead. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Now whistles here before the snap, and it looks like one of the Steelers may have moved. They were looking good on 2nd down, but now they're backed up 5 yards by the false start, and it's 2nd and 8. Now here's another carry for Harris. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. It goes as a loss of 6. And now 3rd down. They need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. On 3rd down, here's Harris. And he'll be brought down well short of the 1st at about the 9-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll also be the final play of this 3rd quarter. So that's the end of 3 here in Super Bowl 59 from Caesars Superdome. The 4th and final quarter coming right up. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we're back in the Super Bowl. Time to decide who gets to hoist that Lombardi Trophy as we begin the 4th and final quarter of action. Folks, welcome back to the biggest stage in sports, the Super Bowl, and now we get down to the good stuff, the 4th and final quarter. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And the tension ratcheting up all around. A one-score game. Fourth quarter of the Super Bowl. This is what you folks came for. Every play with the potential to win or lose a title as they look to drain some time off this clock. From the 33, here's a 2nd and 7. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Cole Holcomb. A seismic shift in momentum here in the fourth quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. And we're at the time in this Super Bowl where, look, they need points. And they need them badly. Trailing here in the fourth quarter as they begin this drive 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Wilson. Harris has it over the middle. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that will bring up 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
It's 3rd and 1.
So 3rd down, and a field goal from here would be right about 50 yards as they try to get closer. Now Wilson. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. It's an 11-yard pickup. Thought they'd run it on 3rd and 1. Not the case.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, to watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
He takes it to the 15. A nice display of power. That gives him a nice pickup. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Now 2nd and 3. They run again with Harris. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4. Now it's Wilson. Dancing to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Samson Abukum bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight.
And that's his 3rd sack, and that ties a Super Bowl record. Makes me think of my old college teammate, Reggie White. He had 3 with the Green Bay Packers in Super Bowl 31. Darnell Dockett of Arizona, Super Bowl 43. And Coney Ealy, 3 sacks for the Panthers against Denver in Super Bowl 50.
All those sacks, they've only been an official record since Super Bowl 17. I know it's believed that L.C. Greenwood unofficially had 4 way back in Super Bowl 10.
Wearing those golden high tops as well.
So the defense able to force the interception, and the offense working their way into field goal range and able to get 3 out of it.
Yeah, and give them credit for that. They took the ball, maneuvered it downfield, and while they couldn't get exactly what they wanted, which was a touchdown, they did get 3 points out of it, so they paid off what the defense gave them. Both sides to be thrilled with that.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. They'll start the drive with Elliott.
Holding offense.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Up the middle, here's Elliott. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Looking to throw, Prescott. And a big loss here as he's taken down. T.J. Watt, the All-Pro, in there to take him down.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has now received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on third down. Now Prescott. Short pass taken in by Schoonmaker. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that's going to bring up a fourth down.
Brandon, a good idea there on third down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop him well short.
And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. And this Super Bowl has been as good as advertised. Probably one of the best that we've seen in recent memory. All even here in this fourth quarter. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. He finds his man, complete. It's Watkins. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
Play action. It's Wilson. He finds his man, complete. It's Wilson. Goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And a nice gain at 21 yards.
That's another Steelers first down. 1st and 10 at the 20.
And they'll send the tight end in motion left. Now Wilson. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Wilson. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. They hand this off to Harris. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. 112 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in this Super Bowl.
16 yards on the play. It's now 3rd down.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. And they have the first down with that gain of 4 yards.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. A handoff for Warren. A great move in there, but it only takes him to the 7. He's dropped there. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Here's Wilson. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. They'll send the big tight end in motion right. From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. That's swung out wide to Harris. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. So the completion good for just 3. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Chris Boswell on for the field goal. A 21-yard attempt.
Boswell's kick is good, and they have taken the lead here in the fourth quarter. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Dallas offense set for this next drive. And this could become a career-defining drive for some. Down 3. Fourth quarter of the Super Bowl. This is where the legends are made in the National Football League as they begin this drive 1st and 10. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. They'll drop to throw. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Cowboy first down. In motion, that's Tolbert. Prescott from the gun. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Another carry tonight for the workhorse Elliott. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the fourth quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time, and that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
Throw is caught by Schoonmaker. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Now Prescott. That's to Schoonmaker, the tight end. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
Brandon, it's okay what they're doing right now. Still able to work the middle of the field, but you know sooner or later, they're going to have to stop the clock.
Here's Dak. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. Here's 2nd down and 3. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Now it looks like we're going to get a stoppage here. An injured Steeler on that last play. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. What a Super Bowl it's been to this point. Now a critical 3rd down here. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Here's 1st and goal. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6.
Kept it in his hands and tried to push it across the goal line himself, but the defensive front wouldn't allow him to do so, bringing up 2nd down and a bit farther.
To throw, Prescott. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout. as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
The Pittsburgh Steelers have won the Super Bowl, and the Lombardi Trophy is going back to the Steel City. And their remarkable season ends in the most remarkable of ways. They get to put next to their name, Super Bowl champion.
And they can't ever take that away, can they?
Nope.
That lasts forever. So good to see the emotion when it's all said and done. You see the hugs, you see the guys sharing, the collective happiness. Makes me want to carry you around a little bit on my shoulders to celebrate the triumph. And congratulations to them, a fantastic season.
And they are the Super Bowl champs. The Lombardi Trophy is theirs, and so are bragging rights for an entire season. And what a season it has been. Feels like we have been there every step of the way. Our entire crew doing a wonderful job. Thanks to my broadcast partner, Charles Davis. For all those guys, I'm Brandon Gaudin signing off. We'll talk to you next season right here on EA Sports.